Hello everybody and welcome to episode 18 of Foolcraft. In the last episode we finished off this Rosa Arcana mana pool generation mumbo jumbo and we have hit it in a little island and it's looking cool. So we can now cut this off of the mana pool list and we can grab some sparks and also some grass and the angel block that I have, and I'm gonna set up, I already have spark here. I'm gonna set up another island where we're gonna store some mana and also probably do the auto crafting with the mana pool for dropping like Manasteel, or for making Manasteel even, for dropping iron on it. Let's say we put it here. It's lower than that one and higher than this one, so that should be good. So let's do a 3x3 of that. Like so, and then I have some mana pools made, 9 of them, so we can toss them on top of this, whoops, like so, and then we need some more sparks, like so, and I don't know if I want to have dominant sparks on all of these, or dominant augments even, because then they're going to pull from this mana pool. I could have the Recessive Spark here, and this is gonna output to every mana pool, and I believe it should fill up after it's done. So let's get a Spark Augment. Let's do Recessive for now. We have a Rune of Earth, so we can do that, and I believe, is the Recessive the right one? Dominant, yeah, I think Recessive is the right one. Yeah, it's gonna output to each one of these mana pools. No, it doesn't reach those 3, okay. So we move it 1 block over. Let's grab that one, and that one. And like so. I'm gonna have to be wary of where I put mana pool stuff, because, for example, the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate also needs mana, so we could possibly toss that one like here, maybe, if we do it like, say, here, and then grab some grass. Maybe do it. Actually, we don't need grass. Let's grab some lapis and the rock. And then the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate. We can do, let's say, lapis, rock, lapis, rock, lapis, and the plate. And that is 1 block higher than that. And we could also put it here. Let's say we break that, like so, and set it up over here. And that should be good, and we can toss another spark on this spark. So that should be good, and we can turn, let's say, that into an island as well. With a 5x5 like so. And what we need also here is probably an open crate and a phantom face underneath to drop stuff on it. So I'm gonna craft some stuff, and I'm gonna show you how you set up crafting of that and this probably. It has now been like an hour of me tinkering with stuff. I got the Manasteel, mana diamonds, mana pearls, mana glass, mana string, all that sorted out. I can go into my system and request, let's say, 10 Manasteel. You're gonna see iron dropping down, and Manasteel. We have 10 more. And that is really cool. It's like 1 flat, the system. What I have, firstly, let me show you here. In the basement, I have 2 new ender chests. One is blue, one is green, and they both have crafters on them. One has a pattern for 1 Manasteel, 1 mana pearl, 1 mana diamond makes Terrasteel. The other one has the iron to Manasteel ingot, ender pearl to mana pearl, diamond to mana diamond, and so forth. And basically what happens over here is I just have the 1 ender chest, the blue one, I think, is transferring items into this phantom face, which is connected to this open crate. And the vacuum chest is filtered for picking up all of the items and putting them into this ender chest. And it's super simple, like mana glass if we want to use, like, we want to stack mana glass, sure, why not? And the only thing we can increase the speed of the whatchamacallit, the conduit, but I don't think it's necessary because we're not going to be crafting that much. But the next one that we have here, it's this mumbo jumbo mess that I will explain. Is the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate. An open crate drops 1 diamond, 1 mana steel, and 1 mana pearl every, I think, 120 ticks, which is 20 ticks is a second, so every 6 seconds. And how I do this is this ender chest gets all of the Terrasteel, Manasteel, whatever that we request. And then I have XNet, a connector and a controller here. And XNet is a really cool mod. It is kind of like an versatile mod for extracting items, checking for how much energy is somewhere, and all that. Like, you can click on a thing and it creates a channel. And you can say XNet energy, XNet logic, XNet or RF tool storage, XNet item, and XNet fluids, I think. The energy is for power. The logic is for redstone. The storage I have not used yet. Items transferring items, and fluids transferring fluids. So what I do is I create an item channel, and then you can say insert or extract. You can extract a single item or an entire stack. You can say how many ticks it should wait before extracting again. And the first available round robin and random slots, basically. And then you can blacklist, you can match OR data, OR dictionary, metadata, and MBT data. And what I have here is I am extracting a mana diamond with OR dictionary matching and metadata matching. And that is doing one operation per pulse. It extracts a single item from the first slot, and then it's inserting on normal. And the same for mana pearls and the same for Manasteel. And then the sensor is detecting when the timer outputs a signal that equals 15, which is every time. And it's outputting on the white color to, I don't know if it's outputting on white, but it's working because these are set to black. I think it should be working if I change this to black. But if we say Terrasteel, let's say we want another 3 Terrasteel. So it's going to put 1, 2, 3 of these. This is going to turn off because this comparator is going to turn off this torch, and it's going to turn on the timer. And you can see it drops Terrasteel, or sorry, mana. There we go. Manasteel, mana diamond, mana pearl. And it gets sucked magically into nothingness and inserted into the system. I'm just kidding. It's a vacuum chest that is painted, and I can show you with a Yeta wrench, like so. Vacuum chest. The vacuum chest didn't pick up through blocks. It does pick up through mana pools here, though, so it can be underneath. But that was really cool. It's only 3 blocks deep. Or actually just 2 blocks deep, even. And it's really cool, and I like it. So that works. The only time we should run into a problem is when we don't have enough mana in our mana pools. And I think I can set up a system where basically this middle mana pool that I put a dominant spark on, so we have mana in here before anything anywhere else, is put another red string comparator that we're using in here, this guy, to detect when that mana pool is empty, or when that mana pool has less than a full mana pool of mana. Let's say that. I think I can set up something like that. And then that is going to output a redstone signal to this timer. So whenever that mana pool drains to more than half, let's say, it's going to lock this timer. So anything that drops there is not going to make anything. Or any blocks won't even drop from here even. So it's going to wait for enough mana, and then it's going to turn on the timer. That could be cool. What I did here is I added a red string comparator with a comparator in subtract mode that has a signal of strength of 14 coming out of the side here, or coming into the side here, and then it's going to output a signal strength of 1 when this mana pool gets full. So when it's full, it allows this to craft. And as soon as it gets a little bit empty, it's gonna stop, which might be a problem with just crafting 1 Terrasteel when this mana pool gets full, but I don't think I'll ever do that because I'll wait for Terrasteel to be made, and even with testing, I have 25 Terrasteel, so we're probably not gonna need that much more of it, because I don't think we're gonna be making the Terrasteel armor and all that. We could, because you can get Goggles of Revealing onto Terrasteel armor. On the Manasteel helmet, and we can take our repair tablet to just repair our armor real fast. But yeah, I'm going to turn these 2 platforms into a single island that is going to be a little bigger, so we go a little bit away from the smallness of islands and make a double one, kind of. And then we are going to continue on with making another thing for Britannia. I finished off the 2 islands here. They're looking nice, and the mana has already filled up. It's really fast with the Rosa Arcana on the Overgrowth Seeds. And I already started setting up the other island that I want to have the L1 Gate Teleporter, like so. And 2 mana pools with Natura Pylons, as I did before. And for automating this, we're gonna add in a conveyor belt, not that way. Possibly that way. And an open crate on top of it, let's say here. Can I place it? We could hide it there. It could be next to the thing. I don't think the items are gonna have that much fall off, so it should be fine. We could also use a vector plate, I think, but I think the conveyor belt looks fine. So then we need a phantom face, which I made. Phantom face. Did I? Oh, I'm blind. I can't see it. Okay. Phantom face here. We're gonna grab our phantom connector, connect this to this, and then I have an ender chest here with I think it's magenta on top, and I already set up a crafter here in the basement, which has the recipes for Elementium, Pixie Dust, Dragonstone, Dreamwood, and Elf Glass as well. So that is all good, and we can just grab a conduit to extract the items out of this. And then we can probably just do a vacuum chest here, which I need to go paint. And then we'll place this guy over here. We're gonna grab a filter. And I'm gonna set it up for all of the Botania stuff. We have the Elementium, Pixie Dust, Dragonstone. I think I have some Dreamwood. I don't have Elf Glass, so we can toss in some Mana Glass over here. You not give me the stuff? No, you don't, because vacuum chest. Let's give it a filter and Dragonstone, just so we know. There you go. We got some Elf Glass. And then we can put this, that, and the Elf Glass. And I don't think we're going to need anything else. And we're going to move this ender chest over a little bit. We're going to say... We can say a conduit here, and then an ender chest here, and then the other ender chest should be just, I believe, a regular white one with a diamond. Not there, but there. Diamond. To me. There we go. So then we can extract on green, always active, and insert on green, extract on brown, always active. Actually, no. We just need the insert here. And we need another conduit, like so, and then say extract on brown, insert on brown. That should be good. We're extracting there and inserting into that. So that is cool. Nice. And now, if we, let's say, Dragonstone, I want a stack of it. It's dropping mana diamonds slowly into the thing, and it's tossing them out, picking up with the vacuum chest over there and inserting into the system. And it's working very nicely. So that's cool. Now I need to design a little island so it looks all nice and pretty. The portal island is now complete and it's all looking nice and pretty. And what I noticed as I watched Iskal's video, that you have a thing, you remember those black lotuses that I wanted to toss on the thing, and I tossed them eventually? Black Lotus. They added a recipe for this. You can get a Black Lotus with organic black dye and a poppy. Organic black dye is pulverized coal and slime balls, which we have automated. So, what is it? Organic black dye. Stack of this, please. It's gonna craft, but we could set up a system where it's automatically crafted and it's always in the system. And the Black Lotus is 3 redstone and an ender pearl in an empowerer. So why don't we automate that? The way we're going to do this is using some item conduits and a little bit of a smart inserting with a little bit of a special item filter from Ender.io that is new and I haven't used before. It is a limited item filter. So we're going to say limit 1 redstone in this guy. We're going to say limit 1 redstone in this guy. And then we're going to say limit the 3rd redstone in here. And 1 ender pearl in here. And we need to turn all of those inserts to on. Like so. Not take my atomic reconstructor. That was a bit wonky. But we can do this, And then on the insert here, we're gonna say the Black Lotus, which I set up a recipe for. So we can craft one of these, like so. And we can say insert Black Lotus, also limited to 1. We're gonna have an ender chest, say 1 here and 1 here. And this ender chest is gonna be providing, so we need to extract. Difficult to click on. Is this the yellow one? I don't know. You the yellow one? You are. Extract on green. And we're gonna say extract on brown here and insert on brown here. And I already have a recipe here that I set up. Go to the basement. There we go. I have a crafter with the yellow ender chest, and I have a crafting recipe that basically is gonna craft the Black Lotus. And we can grab some speed upgrades just to toss into this guy, like so. And go back to machines, which is what I changed the Thaumcraft one for, because we're gonna have Thaumcraft in a different spot in the magical forest. So now if I request, let's say Black Lotus or Blacker Lotus start, you should see it working. No? Are you possibly that I haven't set up the insert on this one? I did set it up, but I didn't say yeah. Okay. So that should work. The only thing we need is a flux point, which I have here on me to give these guys a bit of power. Looks like it's connecting. Oh, it is connected. Okay, wonderful. So that's good. It's not making the particles, which is neat. And it's fast. Okay. So if I do Blacker Lotus, let's say I want a stack of these. It's just going to craft the other ones, and then it's going to wait for the organic black dye, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. I think the only thing I want to see is if I'm crafting these guys faster than this is using them. Because if that's the case, then I'm fine with it. But I think it's alright. Yeah, it's going up higher, faster than these guys are making it. So that's cool. So what we can do now is instead of having, hold on, Britannia, instead of having all of this and having the XP being thrown all over the place, I'm gonna just break that mana pool, put it in the middle, put an open crate up top, and we can just drop in the mana once this mana pool is empty. Or as soon as the mana pool gets a little bit empty, we drop a Blacker Lotus on it. So I'm gonna set that up and I'm gonna show it to you in just a sec. I almost finished setting this up. I have the red string comparator detecting this mana pool, and then I have a couple of comparators here and a dropper with a set amount of items that is emitting a signal strength of 11, and this one is emitting a power of 13 when the mana pool gets over a certain level. So if we request, for example, some Terrasteel, which is gonna use up quite a bit of mana, so it's request 5, and I don't have my magnet on, so we don't frig anything up, and we need to wait a little bit for the Terrasteel to start being made. This mana pool is going to start draining really fast, so this turns off. So what we can do here is grab the phantom face, put it over here. We're going to set this to this and grab an item conduit, put it over here, and then grab the ender chest and put it over there and say extract with a filter that has Blacker Lotuses whitelisted, and I have them provided in this ender chest. We can put in the downgrade so it extracts only 1 at a time, not 4 at a time. We can say extract active without signal. So it should be, and we need to set the insert. Insert, like so. So that should drop those guys. Oh, magnet. Onto the mana pool. And it should get slowly filled up, and I think it's draining the other ones as well. And then when it gets to a certain length, it's gonna stop. So we're not gonna have this mana pool full all the time, but it's gonna keep getting refilled all the time, basically. So the Blacker Lotuses, I'm currently not auto-crafting in any... I mean, I think it's making some right now because I have them on request. Crafter. And I have the, why do I have Runes of Water? I was testing before. Blacker Lotus. I think I had them on request, but I think we're gonna sort it out right now and set it up so that we can have a set amount of them in the system, and we don't have to worry about waiting for mana or waiting for the Blacker Lotuses when we need a huge amount of mana. So let me get to sorting that out. For the organic black dye, I wanted to have a separate alloy smelter somewhere designated kind of like I have these guys, but I think we can just squeeze it in here. We're gonna say this detector on the black dye that I took out of the system. Let's say we want 124 of this, and we're gonna say exporter only work with redstone signal, and we need pulverized coal and slime. And I believe I can say that it doesn't match ore dictionary. Actually, we need to do oh, that's an importer. What the hell? Exporter. Oh, wrong thingy. And we can regulator mode it. So we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these and 1 of these all the time. So it's gonna be slightly slower, I think. Yeah, but we can give it a stack upgrade. But that way it never gets stuck with some sort of coal in the thing. But it's gonna just keep working. Yeah, that's sweet. So that should give us all of the dyes that we want. The only thing we need is slime balls. We don't have that automated, and we could easily get a slime spawner, but last time I think I tried the slime spawner. I think I tried it off camera. They weren't spawning in here because it's too small for the slimes, I think. So what we can do is we can grab some garden cloches and set those up. I also want to show you this. I changed this quite a while ago. I had the sugar problem, you remember that? And I set up some garden cloches with sugarcane here, and it's basically backlogging sugarcane here, crafting it in sugar, and then dark sugar and soul sand, and it's all self-sufficient and lovely. Yeah, basically the wither dust is the only thing that gets used. Well, actually that doesn't even get used. The wither skeleton skulls, those get used every so often, but I don't know why this isn't keeping up. It should be, in my opinion. I don't know. I can set priority. That's true. So, So if I set up a priority of 10 on this guy, and this guy stays on 0, I think we should be only inputting the power from the solar panel. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works. Also, one thing that I want to tell you, it was a comment quite a while ago, but there's a transmitter mode here in the capacitor bank, so I no longer have to have the flux capacitor in my inventory to charge this. Basically, this transmitter mode charges it all the time for me. So that is also neat. And the dye is going good. It's making it. And what we can say is basically we're going to have the dye inside. Next we're going to have the Black Lotus. We actually have 64 of them on store in the ender chest that is in here. In that guy. And we need a piece of stone to put in here. Like so. So we have a stack in here. We could have more on the backlog because it takes a while to craft, but I don't think we're going to be using that much because we're not going to be crafting thousands upon thousands of Terrasteel since we're only going to need it for a couple of Guardian fights, and that's pretty much it. The Terrasteel armor, I don't think we're going to make. Maybe we will, but probably not. So yeah. Also, one thing that I want to show you that I changed in between episodes here, I was running out of essence when I left everything running with the miners all running, and basically specifically the void ore miner was eating up all the essence using the ore processors that I had in here. And I changed this for the structures with fortune upgrades and 3 speed upgrades. And how I'm placing the blocks is really neat. I am using a builder with a shape card. And to set that up, you just right click with the shape card on the builder, and then you right click on the block that is the first corner, so I clicked on that block, and the block that is the second corner, so I clicked on that block, and it's basically placing a 3 tall of all of the ores that it gets in this chest. And basically I also changed that I'm not using importers and exporters. Well, I'm using an importer, but not exporters to export ores out of my storage system. I'm just having the ender chest directly here, and I'm extracting on the green channel, and then I have filters on every single like pulverizer, sag mill, and all that for what ores can go in here. The material stonework factories are in the same spot as they were before, and I did the same thing here. Basically, it's an ender chest that is it still has an exporter that it doesn't need to have. We can just put in a cable like so. And also this guy is still exporting cinnabar and cryothium since we need those. But this is just importing, and the exact same thing happens. It's extracting here on the red channel and inputting with filters in all of the correct spots. And what else did I change? Yeah, over here for these ender chests, I have this guy now importing basically all of the crystals, the glowstone, and some sand, because sand is produced by this guy. And if it already fills up in here, we stop making flint. And also the flint is now no longer going into the storage system because we have 300,000 flint, so we don't need more probably ever. And it's just being directly exported into these sag mills when they need it to give us a little bit more stuff out of the ores. But we have so many resources, over like 1.4 million iron, so it's not gonna need any more. I want to go fight the Gaia Guardian, as you can see here. So we need 4 Gaia pylons, like so. I need a beacon, the block of iron for making the beacon active. And what I want to make is, from Project E, there is this red matter armor, which also has night vision, and I believe the night vision can be an on and off thing. This guy? Yeah, night vision disabled, enabled. So that should be better than having night vision constantly, and we can actually light up the base and make it look cool instead of everything being super bright. So I want to make that, and I have already set up recipes for that, and I already made some stuff from Project E in between episodes. But the red Morningstar is the same speed as this guy. The only thing it does, it had the ability, I think I put it on V. Yeah, you charge it up and it makes a really interesting noise, and it's always looks like it's damaged, which is annoying. But it's the same speed. It doesn't have the magnetizing, so we would need the magnet on, and that is kind of a little bit annoying in Botania, but that's fine. But basically how you craft this, the recipe is you make a red matter shovel, a pickaxe, and a hammer, and then you combine these, and these are just upgraded dark matter stuff. So the dark matter is just, you basically turn 4 coal into this, and then 4 of this into that, and then the dark matter, and then the red matter with some diamonds, I think. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this. I'm probably gonna make the Terra Shatterer and try and upgrade that all the way, which is we can do, but that's gonna happen at a later date. I want to craft this armor though, so we're gonna need 24 dark matter and 24 red matter. So let's get the matter going. Let's say 24 of this, like so, start. And that's gonna take quite a bit of time because it needs to make all of the coals. So let me wait for the 24 dark matter and red matter, and then we're gonna craft the armor and possibly the upgrades. I have the dark matter and the red matter crafted up, so we can grab the armor real fast, like the dark matter, and we're gonna grab the boots, and then the pants, chest plate, and splitting everything around, and helmet, and then grab red matter, and do the helmet. I presume the pants are this way, we're getting advancements. Boots are normally this way, possibly that way. There we go. And the chest plate is like so, I think. There we go. The only thing is, if we look at red matter, or no, sorry. Oh, I think it's Omega armor. No. Add Project E. Project. I can't type at all. We need Client Star Omega. It doesn't have a recipe, but I have been crafting, and it does exist in the pack. It just doesn't show the recipe. The stars, if you look at them, I've currently crafted the Client Star Fear, which is the 4th one in German, and then the recipe exists for the next one, so the Client Star Sphere. So I've just been doing this, setting up the recipes for, and then I toss it in, and then I say Client Star Sphere and craft me one of these, and then it does its thing, and it requires quite a bit of Mobius Fuel. So I'm gonna wait until that one crafts, but we're gonna set up a detector here for making Mobius Fuel because it takes a while to craft. So I think let's just do 10,000, so we're safe kind of on the importer. And we're gonna say on the importer just import Mobius Fuel. We can also put Mobius Fuel in a drawer. Yeah, we can do that. Where are you, drawers? Right here is the most perfect spot for it. Okay, and it's putting it in, whatever. But I have recipe set up in the crafter here, so alchemical coal, Mobius Fuel, and the the Philosopher's Stones here. I think it took the Philosopher's Stones that I had here, so we can possibly craft another one. I don't know how many it's gonna use. Since we only have 2 recipes, we might only need 2, but I'm gonna have 4 anyway. And then we can grab some coal and say, like so. Okay, it's gonna craft, yeah, craft me the things, please. There we go. That. We're gonna set up 4 of these. Well, these are gonna go into the output, so we need the alchemical coal only. Alchemical. Can I steal some? Wonderful. So let's put 4 of you. I can't even. On to activate. Alchemical coal. Craft me like a stack. I'm missing a Philosopher's Stone because it's crafting the thing. Cancel that. Alchemical coal. Okay, 4. It's taking longer than I thought it would, but that's fine. Coal. Coal. Like so. So this recipe is going to go into, I'll change this. It's going to go into the internal one. And this guy is going to go into the external one. Result of crafting will stay in input buffer, but remaining items like buckets will stay in input. Yeah, that's what I want. XTC, and then remember, and we can say exporter upgrades. Boom, boom. 1 stack upgrade, a couple speed upgrades, and then say there, fast mode. And I believe we're extracting the coal fast enough. We need importer, stack upgrade, speed upgrades. Wonderful. So that should craft us all of the Mobius Fuel we could ever want, and we should have it for the crafting recipes that we want. So let me finish off crafting these Kleinstar Omegas. We need 4 of them to upgrade the armor, and I'm gonna also craft all of these stuff. The Vulcanite Amulet, which is also dark matter, and soul stones, and all that stuff. So let me finish that, and we can craft it, upgrade it. Super cool. I believe I have everything in the system to craft up all of the upgrades, and we're going to do this together. We need the Soul Stone and the Evertide Amulet to upgrade the helmet, like so. And then we need the Body Stone and the Vulcantide Amulet to upgrade the chestplate, like so. Then for the pants, we need the Black Hole Band, which is here, and we need another one of these for the other thing, for the Void Ring. And I already made the Gem of Eternal Density, and that is good, like so. Oh, there we go. And for the boots, we can't right now because we need another Angel Ring, and the recipe has been changed, so we need the Decorative Gas Statue and the Decorative Pufferfish Statue. So we need to set up 2 farms for these, and I don't think I'm going to get to those in this episode, so we're going to save the Kleinstar and just wear the boots as is. And we're going to see what this does. Okay, it overrid the night vision effect. And overrid some other effects. So let me set up some keybinds and see what this does. I set up the keybinds here, and we can press sneak and I is what I set it to turn on night vision. And it overrides the night vision that I'm getting from this guy. So we're going to remove that in a bit. We have super fast descent from the Gravity Greaves, which I don't know if I specifically like, because I can no longer sneak and basically stop in midair. I just sneak all the way down, and it makes a little bit of a glitching effect. I think that's from the night vision trying to turn on and turning it off again. So let's just turn it on for the time being so we don't get that glitchiness. And the boots we don't have because of Angel Rings, as I said, and the chestplate has I think it's just protects against lava and fire damage, which we have fire resistance anyway. The only thing I would really am liking of this is having the night vision, but I can get that with a dark helmet, and it might look even better. But for the time being, I can show you also this. We have, if we press V, I can deactivate gem armor offensive abilities, and C is apparently creating an explosion around me, but it's bound to zoom in Optifine. So let's just do this. Optifine into category. Oh no, I think it's just zoom. Yeah, zoom C. Let's just disable that. Do we cause an explosion? We do not. Okay. So if I press R though, I create a lightning strike wherever I'm looking from the helmet. So that's a thing. We can't really light anything on fire, and I don't think it does light anything on fire. So that's okay. But yeah, I think this is going to be it for today. We made super cool armor. It makes us slightly faster, I think. And we did a lot of Botania stuff over here. Tania. We have the black Lotuses on autocraft now, and we have the thingies and working and all of that. So that's all good. But yeah, with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, you should hit the like button, consider subscribing to see new videos, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye bye.